Uber. I have found the best evangelistic opportunities I get are in Uber. And I'll tell you why. Because I'm always in for about 25 minutes. That's my house to the airport. It's in Toronto. Traffic's a nightmare. Anything takes at least 25 minutes. Almost everybody who drives an Uber in Canada is from a different country. And usually they're from a Muslim or a Sikh background. In fact, every single Uber driver I've ever had, except for the one Dutch Reformed guy, was Sikh or Muslim. And all have been very, very willing to talk religion. And so within 2 or 3 minutes, I can bring up the subject, very eager to talk about it, and then I can go straight to grace, right? Because both religions very much founded on I'm a good person, being the best I can, and living a good life, and hoping that at the end the scales of justice have been balanced. So I've just found over the last maybe 6 months or so since I've been using Uber or taxis a lot, it's been just great opportunities. And I still have a perfect 5-star Uber rating. So it's not like people have been holding those conversations against me. So it's been great. Other than that, I just really believe in the value of conversation. And maybe that's especially true as Christians are being painted one way by the culture, right? And so the pop media presentation of Christians is that we're haters, we're bigoted, we're awful. But you get with people and you spend time with people, they see you, they hear from you. I think that lowers people's guard. I think maybe it surprises them that you're not the way you've been portrayed. And then I think the door's open to speak truth to people. And I think a lot of it is just the same as it always has been, which is inviting people to see and experience Christian community. And so Toronto, a massively multicultural society, but not a ton of places where people come together across those barriers voluntarily and form societies or groups or associations or congregations that include all nations, tribes, and languages. And yet, here we are in the church. And so I think inviting people in, seeing people love one another, seeing people doing something completely countercultural. I spoke at my son's school recently. He went to, until very recently, a public school, a government school, and I was able to speak to his class about being a pastor, in his class about vocation. And I don't know that there was a kid in that class who had ever been in church before. In fact, when I mentioned Jesus, there was like this nervous kind of giggle that went over the room, like that's off topic, so you just don't talk about that kind of stuff. But to be able to be there, my son to be there, just be normal people who are living in this neighborhood and loving people, I think people were surprised. I don't think they had a good context for religious people who are normal. So just being able to engage with people and invite them into our world, see Christian community, I think that's, and of course, never missing an opportunity to speak truth, to speak the gospel, and call people to put their faith in Jesus Christ.